Welcome. In this video we're going to have a look at a new feature we've introduced into the admin screen called the Returns Daybook. And this feature does two things. It allows customers to submit a returns request on the front end of the store, and it allows you, the dealer, to either create a return on the admin screen and manage the returns requests that come in from the front end store. So let's have a look at that. Now, to access this function, you click on the menu button and then Returns Daybook, and this will throw up a list of all the returns that have been submitted to the admin screen. Now from here we can click through on a return to get the detail. So let's click through on this one here. So we can see that this customer is looking to send back 2 lines, and they've given a reason as being faulty and damaged. At this point you can either accept the return, or you can modify the return, or indeed you can reject that returns request. So you can alter any of these values, so you can change the quantity, you can offer a partial refund on a particular item should you wish to do that. You can also charge a fee, a handling fee for accepting the return, and charge delivery for collection. You can choose to delete one of the lines. For example, you might not want to give them a return on the suspension files, but you might want to leave the analysis pads in there. If you move through the tabs, you can then add collection and payment information for that return, or you can modify that. You can see the customer information, so you can see where these items need to be collected from. And then if you click on the notes, this will give you some notes to be printed on the returns receipt. So in this case it says make sure the packaging is intact. So that's looking at returns that have been generated on the storefront, but you also have the function to create a return from the back end here from the admin screen. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So you can go add new return, and we need to select a customer, so we will select Denise, and we select a user within that customer account, so we select the default user, which again is Denise, and we can start selecting items to return. So again, we just put in the first few digits of the code and the system will start auto completing the results. So we'll send back some ballpoint pens for this customer. We'll give the reason as the product being damaged, and we'll send back a quantity of 2. And we click save, and it adds that line to the returns request. We could put in the customer's order number from the original order should we wish to do that. So we just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are going to charge a handling fee of £5.95 for processing this return. Okay, so we then go to the collection and payments tab, and we can decide the refund method. So in this case we're going to refund the customer's credit account, and we can select the collection method, which is free collection. Customer information, this is going to show you the possible collection addresses for this customer, and all of the addresses for this customer's account are in the drop down menu. And then the last thing is notes, so that we could say, make sure the packaging is in good order before collection, and that note will be printed on the returns request. And so we hit save, and we go back to list all returns, and we can see that new return created, ER12 for Denise Donnelly. Any returns created on the back end, clearly when the customer logs in on the front end, they'll be able to see those returns in their account panel when they log into the store, and it will tell them within that account panel if the return has been accepted or if it's been rejected. It's also worth noting that the returns module also feeds into reporting. So for example, if a customer returns some items, that will be deducted from the reports produced for that customer. So that is a brand new feature in the admin screen, and it was a big request from dealers, and we hope you guys like it, and it's called the Returns Manager.